Yeah, thinking that it happened overnight, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause they timid. Look, hey. I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it, all about it till we spoke in person.
It's week 3 of the NFL, and we'll see Brock Bowers. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Raiders and the Panthers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Just west of the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, we're at the site of Super Bowl 58, Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500. That's what we love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, like, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Panthers coming out, and they're led by their quarterback, Bryce Young. Rocky rookie season for the #1 overall pick out of Alabama. But, Greg, here's the guy the Panthers hope can get this franchise going in the right direction.
It's fair to say this season hasn't gotten off to the type of start they likely envisioned for themselves, but it's still early. A win here, it could go a long way towards changing the trajectory of this entire season. But what's going to make this even more difficult today, not only the worthy opponent that they face, but having to go on the road and do it here in a hostile environment. If he is able to lead his team to a win today, I think that gives them the spark to turn this season around.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Hubbard. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. Gray is the motion man here. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Backs to the rookie from South Carolina, Xavier Legette. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. And he's in. Touchdown, Carolina. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hours spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
A first down throw for Smith. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end Bowers.
opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
They've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have first and goal. Here's Gino. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense going to take over now for the second time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. First and 10. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. On second down, Young. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. Third down coming up. Out of the shotgun, Young. To the right side and corralled by Fielder. On fourth down, on is Sam Martin to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. This drive will start on the ground. He'll push ahead to the 21. Christian Roseboom there on the tackle. Here's second and 9. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This ball intercepted by J.C. Horn. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. A second down throw for Young. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively, staying right with him, and will bring up third down. From the gun, it's Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. Austin Seibert now for this field goal try. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. Seibert's kick is good. And the Panthers will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll begin here on the ground. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Remember, Mike, he's already had a touchdown earlier in the first quarter. And at the way this game has started off, it looks like this defense is going to have their hands full stopping this guy.
Smith to throw on first down. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Here's a run going left. A 19-yard pickup there. First down, Vegas.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Smith. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. They're trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd and 5. They send the tight end in motion. From the shotgun, Smith. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. Our next drive getting ready to start, and we'll let you know what's coming up here later tonight. It is a good one. The Chiefs and Falcons in Atlanta. 2nd primetime appearance of the Falcons in the last 2 weeks. Then on Monday, a doubleheader comes your way. It's the Jags and the Bills in Orchard Park. Note the start time, 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Commanders and Bengals. That kicks off at the usual 8:15 starting time. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Man in motion, heading left. Young to throw on first. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Raiders will have great field position right around midfield.
Anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. be a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
That one knocked away and incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Throwing on 2nd down. Smith. That's caught left side by Bowers. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Up the middle they go. He'll be brought down. Short pickup. It's at the 26. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Gina. That is brought in at the 10. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
On 2nd down, Smith. Gonna get that complete. Jacoby Myers. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Smith now to throw on first down. This is caught at 2. To the goal line and in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Vegas. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Panthers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. The Panthers will take their first timeout. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. Young to throw on 1st and 10. He'll go right and find his running back.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't.
In trouble. Down he goes. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. This is intercepted. Picked off by Darnay Holmes. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The Raiders offense and their running back set to go once more. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. A second down throw for Smith. Quick throw here is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by...
He's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point. And the Raiders add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead in that one. Sam Darnold with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Ricky Pearsall, a touchdown reception. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last. We head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Ravens trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense, Geno Smith, getting ready for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
Play action now. It's Gino. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merrick.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
The Panthers offense back onto the field for their next possession. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So combination of really good defense at times and at times really bad offense.
And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum.
He is in. Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Panthers.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Seibert out now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers are able to cut into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Smith. Open man downfield. He's got a tight end, Bowers. And he'll be out of bounds, but they move it down to the 25-yard line.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
First and 10. They'll go play action. It's Smith. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Now a give up the middle. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. The Panthers have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure, and the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to hit just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Young hands it to Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Look at play action with Young. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. On the bootleg, it's Young. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Out of the shotgun, Young. And on third down, that ball incomplete. On now is the punt team for the Panthers. He's on for the second time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. This is going to be fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. Now a run on first down. And not much room to run there. He'll only get to the 6-yard line. He'll come up on a second down and 8. Working out of the gun, Smith. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Panthers have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch. But before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
He's going to keep it himself.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight as the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up second and goal.
Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for third and goal. From the gun, it's Young. And he'll take it on in. Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Carolina. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Seibert's extra point is true. Panthers will cut the deficit to 7. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Raiders offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
There we go. Check 59, check 59, cover.
From the shotgun, it's Smith. He's going to let one go, looking for Miles. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. A first down throw for Smith. That is caught. What a throw. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Vegas. A 3-touchdown game for him. Patrick, what a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Panthers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Young. He's got his man. That's Hunter Renfrow. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. On the give, it's Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A gain there of 20. It's good for a Panther 1st down. So, no shortage of offense. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The motion man is Sanders. On 1st and 10, here's Young. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. Young to throw on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. There's a handoff to Hubbard. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here. Down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Another run here with Hubbard. And a strong 1st down run. A pickup of 9. Setting up 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Here's Young. That one taken in. Middle of the end zone. Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Panthers. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result?
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, Smith. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Off the play fake, it's Smith. Who has another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chuck play.
And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Gino. That one caught by Tucker. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Now, Gino. And he will win the race to the pylon. In for the 2-point conversion.
There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up 2 fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. To throw, Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. What's the play call here? 4th down and 7. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has 2 options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
The Raiders offense ready to take over possession of the football. And they are well on their way to making it 2 straight victories after the Week 1 loss as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. Here's a 2nd and 12. They'll stick with him again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. They'll drop to throw. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Las Vegas. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game.
I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
The visitors' offense and veteran wideout Adam Thielen set to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. We'll start this drive with 1st down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. On 2nd down, Young. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. On second down, Smith. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Here we go.
Putting the tight end in motion. From the gun on third down, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Gino going to throw for it. That's taken in. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there. But it works out as they convert on fourth down. To throw, here's Smith. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Cameron Sutton there defensively with the tight coverage. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7. Sets up third and 3. Try to pick this one up on the ground. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up fourth down. In motion is Myers. On fourth down, here's Smith. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs. On first down is Young. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that final throw here is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Raiders are going to come up with a late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So this one, a win for the Raiders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will.